Good Saturday evening to you all. I'm Andrew Snicker in the KXAN Live Studios. It is election day in Central Texas, and we're going to be breaking down all of your needs for the propositions throughout Central Texas for the next hour. From 7 to 8 o'clock, we'll be bringing in experts and all sorts of other insiders to break down the election that happened throughout the last week and a half. Now, there are 8 different props in Austin. There's also several in Jarrell, Liberty Hill, Hays County, and of course Georgetown as well. But really, the main focus throughout this election period has been on one proposition. And for that, I'm bringing in Kevin Clark, Proposition B. It's been a back and forth kind of contest with lots of heated opinions on both sides. Just for our viewers, explain Proposition B and what's at stake here.
Well, Andrew, you're right. I mean, this is really the one that has gotten people out to the polls, with all respect to the other propositions. I mean, this is the one that you see the billboards around town, the yard signs, the real get out the vote canvassing efforts. What Prop B does is, if it passes, it reintroduces the public camping ban that council lifted nearly 2 years ago. That previous ban had been in effect for 23 years, and many people are looking at this election as kind of a maybe an indictment on that council decision a couple of years ago, people getting to actually weigh in for the first time at the polls about this issue. If Prop B does pass, though, it would create a criminal penalty for public camping in most places in Austin that would be punishable by a fine if it's not complied with immediately. People have looked and grown really concerned about the growing number of visible tent cities in public spaces in Austin. It's not hard to drive around and see them. You see them under overpasses. You see them in public spaces. A lot of people are concerned about their location being on the hike and bike trail where people are trying to exercise. And on the other side, there is concern about what will happen to these individuals should the ban take effect once again. A lot of people on the other side that are against the ban are concerned that this will simply drive those individuals experiencing homelessness back into the woods and to places where they may not be able to easily get services, care, access to housing, stuff like that. Now, Andrew, this has been driven predominantly on the pro-Prop B side, the side that wants to bring back the camping ban, on a real grassroots effort. Large numbers of spending, close to $1.5 million that was donated to the Save Austin Now PAC. And with that said, we're going to bring in one of the co-founders, one of the founders of the Save Austin Now PAC. He is Matt Makoviak. Matt, can you hear us? Matt, great. How are you feeling at this time as results are coming in?
Yeah, we're thrilled. It's pretty clear that this is over and that we won, unless the Prop B opponents somehow won 80 or 90% of the votes today. I think there were about 56,000 votes cast today. So given the raw vote lead that we have, this is basically over. We're excited that a very, very strong majority of the votes that were cast during the early vote period over 8 days showed, I think, a 64-36% win for us. Look, this is a clear message to the mayor and to the city council, with the notable exception of Mackenzie Kelly, that this city does not like the direction that things are going, that they want to restore public safety, they want to restore public health, they want to save our city parks, they want our major intersections to going back to being clean and effective, and not trashed. They want our downtown to be somewhere where people can go out, where they can go to dinner, where they can go out for drinks, where they can go shopping. They want Town Lake to return to the special place it was. And most of all, we all want to see solutions for our homeless. We want to see them in sheltered and safe environments. That's not what they're doing. Over the last 2 years, the city wasted $161 million. We've called for an audit. We hope that now happens. And we want to make sure that they follow successful models like Haven for Hope, Community First Village, Camp Esperanza, not failed models like what we've seen in Los Angeles and San Francisco. This is an amazing victory for the tens of thousands of people who stood up and fought against 9 of the 10 members of the city council and our mayor, most of our media here in Austin, a lot of left-wing groups, and really the lies that they were trying to tell about our effort. This is a tremendous victory, and we couldn't be more proud.
What lies are they telling about the effort? If you could just speak to that, because I think it's important to hear that from you.
Well, yeah, number one, they've tried to pretend this is some kind of Republican group because one of the two people involved who've co-founded it, who's helping lead it, is a Republican. My co-founder, Cleo Petrisek, is a full-blooded Democrat. She hates Donald Trump with almost everything she has. She's hosted Democratic events in her house. She has taken care of refugees and homeless individuals in her home, held them in her home. She's a full-blooded Democrat, and she would not be involved in this for 1 second if she thought this was some kind of one-sided partisan effort. The opponents of Prop B tried to use the playbook they've used time and time and time again. It didn't work in this case because the majority of Austinites felt like this policy was destroying our city. And unfortunately, the mayor and Greg Casar and the other members of the city didn't want to see that. They wanted to pretend it didn't exist. They wanted to pretend the visual evidence that we all see every day, every neighborhood, every city park, every intersection. They wanted to pretend that evidence wasn't there. And over the last 10 days or so, as the voting has been going on, a majority of the city stood up and said, I'm sorry, you're wrong. We're going to fix your mess. You refuse to fix it yourself. We're going to go back to where we were, reinstating the camping ban. Look, a camping ordinance has never succeeded anywhere it's ever been tried in the United States. We tried it here for 2 years. It failed terribly. And this is a wake-up call for Steve Adler and Greg Casar. They owe the people of Austin an apology for the damage they've done to our city. I'm not going to hold my breath.
Matt, we had talked the other day, and you showed me some, and you guys have done a lot of polling, internal polling at Save Austin Now, but following the last day of early voting, things were very close. And as we're waiting for numbers to come in, you're very confident about this on the Save Austin Now pro-Prop B side. And actually, were we seeing some numbers, Andrew, right now?
Yep.
I'm actually seeing this, so this would reflect early voting, is that right? So we're looking at 63% for Prop B, 37% against. Does that even surpass the expectations you had?
Yeah, I predicted on Twitter right before the polls came out that we're going to end up at 60-40. It may end up being better than that. It may be around that. We'll see. We'll see what happened today on election day. You had pretty good weather the first 4 or 5 hours, and then you had hard rain in the afternoon. Look, we have a 25,000 raw vote lead after the early vote has come in. We know there are only 56,000 votes cast today, so they would have had to win probably 80% of the election day votes, and that simply isn't going to happen. In fact, I'll make a prediction right here. I think there's a pretty decent chance we won election day. And I can tell you, based on historical patterns in 2017 and 2019, the odds that the issue that the Democrats are kind of on one side on, not winning election day is not something that often happens. Look, at the end of the day, we believe we won 40% of votes from Democrats. We believe we won almost 90% of votes from unaffiliated or independent voters. And we think we won 92 or 94% of the votes from Republicans. That's what our data showed. This is a bipartisan coalition. This is an army for the future of the city. We are going to take this city back. This is not about right wing or left wing. It's about standard of living. It's about making Austin a place you can live, work, and raise a family in. And unfortunately, our city council has done several things over the last 2 years that have made it harder and worse to live here. That's unconscionable. And we have an army now that is going to stand up and is going to fight. This is the first fight. We have other fights in the future we are going to launch. And we're going to get bigger and bigger and bigger over time because people are fed up with the direction the city's going. And we're going to be here fighting that fight for them.
Matt, since you brought that up, please talk about that. And I guess I just wanted to ask you: is this vote that you're seeing and these initial results that are coming in? Again, we're looking at them again: 63% for, 37% against Prop B. All of the votes are not counted. We can actually see 58% into this point. But Matt, is this an indictment on the city council's decision to get rid of the camping ban, or is this actually a coalition that you all are building?
This city that voted are sending a clear signal that this policy has been damaging our city. It's made public safety worse, it's made public health worse, it's affected our city parks, it's affected our tourism, it's affected almost every small business, it's affected every restaurant, every hotel, every apartment building, every condo building, every major intersection. I mean, at some point, it's kind of like, what is the argument even for continuing this insane policy that's never worked anywhere it's been tried? And look, we all have compassion for the homeless. We're not anti-homeless, we're anti-camping. Camping is a behavior. Camping converts a public space into a private use. It's no longer available for the public. We want public spaces available for the public. And most of all, we want the city to finally provide effective, accountable, efficient, transparent, affordable, I think I said affordable twice, solutions for the homeless. We want them in a centralized encampment like we have with Haven for Hope in San Antonio. And we want more facilities like Community First Village and like Camp Esperanza that have been successful with tiny homes and micro homes. Those are the models that we know work. Those models are not really in this new plan that the mayor has rolled out. He wants to double down on failure. We're not going to sit by and let him do that. We're going to show that when they go a direction that makes life in this city worse, we're going to bring that fight right to them. And so I'll ask everyone out there watching, join us, saveaustinnow.com. Join us tonight. Support us in this work. We're going to continue to fight for standard of living for people who live here to make sure that Austin remains a great place to live, work, and raise a family.
Matt, thank you for your time. We appreciate it. We will keep up with you as results continue to come in tonight, but thank you again for your time.
Take care. Thank you.
That is Matt Makoviak. He is the co-founder of Save Austin Now PAC, and as Andrew pulled up on the screen just a little while ago, with 58% of the vote in, Prop B has a substantial lead. Real quick, just want to touch on the arguments for anti-Prop B. Some of those advocates, largely driven by the Homes Not Handcuffs PAC. Mayor Adler, also one of those individuals who is opposed to Prop B. Many of them feel it doesn't actually help individuals experiencing homelessness. Again, that it will drive them deeper into the woods where it will become more difficult to access services. They say it's a moral issue, and saddling these individuals for citations will make it even harder for them to get IDs. They'll be in the criminal system. They won't be able to get housing and other services. We'll keep up with you all on this, and we'll continue to bring you updates, and including speak with the Homes Not Handcuffed side. But for now, yeah, things looking pretty good for the Prop B side, Andrew.